China's economy faces the most ominous challenges.
Businesses across the board are doing really poorly.
It's a rough road to recovery for China's economy.
So what's going on in China right now?
How many years now have we been hearing about China collapsing? China won't survive. China's economy won't reach 2022. China is about to sink. But yet, China is building modern roads and skyscrapers. The West can only end at the level of propaganda. Beyond that, there's nothing else you can do to stop China's growing economy. But if you still doubt this, listen to what I have to say and watch this video till the end. China has been making headlines recently with its unprecedented economic growth, its technological advancement, and some strategic geopolitical moves. These developments are not only transforming the country itself, but also reshaping the global landscape. Hi, my name is Duke in China. Welcome to my platform. If you are not yet a subscriber, please do subscribe to get an insight about China. It's free of charge. Recently, China discovered a huge gold deposit in Henan province in Pinjiang County. This is the largest deposit in the world. It is estimated that this deposit could be worth $83 billion. Now, the good news is some countries see this as an opportunity to increase cooperation with China, while other countries see this as a potential for market disruption. Whatever be the case, this video is not only about China's achievement or how China handles its natural resources. What I want you to see is China's strength in dealing with the West. Despite the hate, despite the anti-China propaganda, China continues to grow strong and even stronger. Now, let's take this as an example. If this amount of gold was found in Africa, let's say in any country in Africa, do you think the story will remain the same? Do you think the story will be told the same? Even though Africa as a continent has much more resources than we can ever imagine, thanks to the West, there's always a flow of misinformation. There's always a flow of weapons to destabilize Africa's growing economy. The bigger question is, can they do that in China? No way, they can't. It was only when China established good relationship with African countries in terms of investment, that is when the West and the US in particular started putting up their effort to try to do business, which of course we can see how tricky they are. I think China is the backbone of the world's economic growth. Because of China, the world is in competition. More tech, more inventions, and more discoveries. Competition isn't a bad thing, but it becomes bad if all you do is to make your competitors look so bad, which is a perpetual habit of the West. China is a big friend to the developing countries and also a big friend to the developed countries. But do the developed countries see China as a friend? Please let me know in the comment section. The US spends billions of dollars on anti-China propaganda instead of using this money on its own people. Look at their roads, look at the subways, and look at how the West has transformed itself into a total disgrace. I was watching a video last time about a guy who went to London in 2000, right? And he went back to London just recently, and he was talking about how London has transformed. He said, London is no more the London he used to know. The same with the US. I think most of you know how it is over there. I also watched a video about a YouTuber who went to Paris some time ago, and recently he visited Paris, and he's been talking about how the city has transformed into something else, something he couldn't recognize. These countries spend time to talk about other countries rather than fixing their own country. Oh, maybe the new US government might be different. Who knows? Let's wait and see. Look at China. Every discovery, every invention is for the betterment of the people. I mean, the Chinese people. The government put the people first. Look at the subways, the road infrastructure. Look at how green China is. It will take 100 years for the West to achieve what China has achieved in just 30 years. I mean, what China has achieved in just a short period of time, it is incomparable with what most Western countries have achieved in 200 years. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all the Western countries look bad. No. What I'm saying is some of these so-called developed countries that are pointing fingers at China, if you look at it clearly, you will see that they are not so developed. Even though China is far from perfect, but yet, I don't think most of these countries that are pointing fingers at China, when it comes to economic growth, I don't think they are qualified enough to point fingers at China. So if you stand to criticize China and write terrible things about China, look at the keyboard you are using, probably made in China. If you organized meetings in the coffee shops or restaurants to preach hate about China, please look at those spoons, the teacups, and the glasses you are using right away. Probably they are all made in China. So don't be hypocritical over things like this. You might be punching your own face without knowing. Let's understand one thing. China is winning and China will always win. You know why? Because they have their way of doing things. China's intention is to make their economy look good. China's intention is not to disrupt other countries' economic growth. It's not to disrupt other countries' development. China's intention is to make China look good with modern technology. So let's forget about this trade war that is damaging our economy, that is damaging our global economy and making the common man suffer. Let's embrace more civilized and better ways to enhance trade partnership. Don't forget to subscribe to more inside information like this. Also, check on my other video on why I changed my opinion on China. And until then, see you in the next one. Peace.